Hello students, today we'll discuss about the next topic in the chapter analysis of drugs and narcotics, that is LSD. In the previous lecture, we have discussed about the quantitative analysis of amphetamines, different techniques used for the quantification of the amphetamines. Then we have discussed about the comparison of the different methods for the quantification. Then we have seen about the synthetic strategies for the amphetamines. What are the different synthetic routes such as the Leucard synthesis, then reductive amination of methyl. So these are the some topics we have discussed in the previous lecture. The LSD, that is the lysergic acid diethylamide. In this lecture, we will discuss about the introduction to the LSD. Then we have discussed about the qualitative identification of the LSD, then sampling and physical description of the LSD, and finally the extraction of the LSD. So let us see one by one. So the first one is the introduction. So while a large number of drugs are known which are of plant origin or have of plant products as a starting material for the synthesis of the drugs, so there are equally a number of drugs of fungal origin, that is, they are derived from the fungus. Okay, so lysergic acid is one of them. That is, the lysergic acid diethylamide. It is the most famous fungus which is used as a controlled substances in various kinds of fields. So interestingly, the drug is in the indole alkaloid, which presents special difficulties and opportunities in terms of drugs analysis. So the lysergic acid diethylamide is one of the most potent hallucinogens known to the man. It was first synthesized in 1938 and was discovered to be a psychoactive substance in 1943. So the LSD encountered in the illicit drug market of today is produced in the clandestine laboratories. These are rarely detected because they make a large quantity of the LSD which lasts for an extremely long period of time, since only very small doses are administered and subsequent synthesis are not required. So LSD is in the main prepared from the lysergic acid via a series of complex reactions which require careful monitoring and control of the reactions. The forensic scientist will see the resulting drug in a number of differing dosage forms, so the materials may be added to the inert substrate or to the sugar cubes or mixed with the molten gelatin, which is then cooled and cut into the small pieces containing the appropriate dose. However, these forms suffer from great inhomogeneity. So there is a no such kind of homogeneity is maintained, and vast majority of the LSD is observed in the forensic science laboratory today and is encountered in the form of blotter acid. So in this form, an absorbent paper is dipped into the solution of LSD and then dried. Such a procedure allows an even distribution of the drug throughout the paper. A typical blotter acid dose contains about 30 and 150 microgram of the LSD per dose. Blotter papers are frequently decorated with some examples being shown on the figure 1 and 2 and represent the dose form on which our discussion will center. LSD doses vary between users and with the desired effect. Commonly, the dose lie in the range of 30 and 150 microgram of the LSD per dose. Although stronger doses are also applied, such as 150 to 400 microgram of LSD per dose. The onset of the effect takes between 30 to 120 minutes, okay, and lasts between 6 and 14 hours. After effects can last for about 24 hours. In terms of legislative control in the UK, lysergamide, lysergide, and any and alkyl derivatives of lysergamide are controlled as a Class A drug. In United States, LSD is controlled as a Schedule 1 drug. As a part of forensic science process, therefore it is necessary to prove the presence of the drug in any sample thought to contain the LSD. So this is the particular LSD drug which contains the indole moiety and others are there N-methyl and this is the diethyl amide moiety. Then this is the qualitative identification of the LSD. So the process of analysis of LSD blood acid follows the same general principle and the sequence what we have followed for the various kinds of other controlled substances, namely physical description, presumptive testing, TLC, and confirmatory analysis. These processes are discussed below. So these are nothing but some blotter acid papers which having some kind of diagram, figure 1 and figure 2. As with all, then we have sampling and physical description of the LSD blood acid. As with all forensic science analysis, the first stage in the process is a full physical description of the materials which is to be analyzed or which is under investigation. So in the case of blood acid, this includes the count of number of dose units, the size of each of the dose units, whether they fit together, the number of depth of perforations of the dose units, and note of the pattern. It covers all, some, or single dose unit. So it should be well explained in the figure 1 and figure 2, that is the plate 1 and plate 2. Then having carried out a full physical description of the seizure items must be chosen for the analysis. While it might be assumed that the dose units are all identical, this might not be the case and it is therefore necessary to sample a number of them from the seizure. The United Nations Drug Control Program (UNDCP) recommends the following procedure. For sample sizes up to 10 dose units, all should be analyzed, while for a sample sizes between 11 and 27 dose units, three quarters of the items should be selected at random sequence. Means what? Up to the sample size 10, all sample we have to analyze, and when sample size goes from 11 to 27, then about three quarters of the sample are selected randomly and we have to analyze this sample. In case the sample size whenever excess of 28 doses, then 50% should be selected at random sequence with a minimum of 21 doses up to the maximum of 50 doses to be analyzed. The next one is the extraction of LSD prior to the analysis. Since the drug is impregnated onto the paper substrate, it is necessary to extract the material prior to the analysis. In order to do this, presumptive testing or qualitative analysis, the extraction can simply be achieved by the mixing the test sample for 30 seconds with sufficient methanol to achieve the sample concentration of 1 mg LSD per ml. Alternatively, a methanol water mixture of 1:1 proportion has been reported to extract the LSD more efficiently. So it should be remembered that any solid material should be removed from the extract prior to the any chromatographic analysis being carried out. So this can be achieved either by centrifugation or by passing the extract through the 5 micron filter. So this is about the extraction of the LSD. Okay, so this is about today's lecture. In the next lecture, we have discussed about the TLC and some confirmatory test of the LSD